Hey, everybody. Good
Good morning.
morning. We are working on things that are important, things like coffee, as we make a start here. Okay, everything's up and running. Hey, Wendy. Good morning. We had our jabs a week apart, so we had flu shots one week, and then we got COVID boosters the next week, and even that was a bit much on the immune system.
Yeah,
So
we had about 2 days where our immune systems were like, hey, stop it.
yeah, exactly. Hey, Vertus. Good morning. And there was no coffee ground up, so we've done the loud grindy part, and now the coffee will be going soon. Yeah, that's where I'm at this morning. But I got to play Baldur's Gate. Okay, I did like this. I had to do the same combat like 4 times over again to make sure that the ending was the way I wanted it to be. There was a very steep learning curve, and it involved lots of items and coordination, and I did a good job in the end. But it took a good chunk of time. But now it is done, and I am happy. Hey, Lovelish. I'm glad you're still alive. You don't have to catch up on streams. You can just drop in whenever you like. It's fine. We don't mind. We like to see you. Hey, Andrew, how's it going? Hey, Spy Garden. Hey, everybody. Take your time. We are still coffeeing. We're going to be starting. I can do. Oh, no, I should probably not do a recap until I've had coffee. That would not be a good idea. I realized watching the VOD of Wednesday, I forgot it was Alistair's birthday. Many belated birthday wishes from Bonsai Honey.
Oh, no worries. Thanks, Bonsai.
And then Ozzy, and it's okay that lives are all over. My entire life is waiting for somebody else to encode a chevron and give me a date so I know when I have to completely upheave every possession I own. and all of my finances. So I'm with you. I'm totally with you. Is there coffee?
Oh, yeah.
Thank the 9 dark gods. Okay. So listen, enjoy the mournful clarinet / saxophone music going on right now. That's what it sounds like. Oh, coffee. I love you.
Oh, coffee, I loved it too.
Coffee, I love you. Where is the sweet dust? Okay, here's the sweet dust.
Sweet dust.
Yeah. Sugar, sweet dust. Magical sweet dust.
Magical sweet dust.
On the weekends, I get sugar in my coffee. On the weekdays, I behave. But on the weekends, I get special coffee.
The taste of things.
Well, that tastes sweeter, for sure. Is that my bagel?
That's indeed your bagel.
Yes, we went to Costco yesterday, and Costco was selling bagels, and so we bought a lot of bagels.
We did actual Costco crimes. It was great.
Because we love bagels. We eat a lot of bagels. So now we have Costco everything bagels with sausage and cheese for breakfast. Which is like McDonald's, but not. There's less hash browns involved this week. Could I please have a glass of orange juice? Because I think
yes,
we have some
I would
orange
love
juice.
to fetch you a glass of orange juice.
Thank you very much. That's very kind of you. Right. How are people? I'm sure. Frank Kemp says hi. Can't be here because he's being an adult and doing work stuffs. Good job being an adult and work stuffs. I'm sorry you have to be an adult and do work stuffs on what is traditionally a day off for most people. It may not be a day off for them, but if it is not their day off and they're having to do work stuff, they definitely have all of my sympathies, because that's the worst. Ad break is still running, folks, so got a couple more minutes going on. Uh-oh, a mouse, but in the kitchen. Oh, dear. I'm sorry to hear that.
Here is your OJ.
OJ. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. I have juice. I have 2 beverages, not 3. I don't have one for hydration. I just have one for energy and one for fun. You laugh, but we're going to be in a house soon where our office is upstairs from the kitchen, and I'm like, we're going to have to worry about things like chasing mugs downstairs, aren't we?
Somewhere in Marguerite's huge, beautifully decorated, very efficient mind palace, there is a post-it note that reads simply, "Dumbwaiter?" Oh, thank you, Lavlish. I had such a good time doing that.
Oh, Red Valley?
Oh, yeah.
Usually day it off, but it's like a training thing. Well, they better be paying. That's all I gotta say. Kitchen dumbwaiter. Hadn't thought of that.
Oh, dear. Tell them of the foe you vanquished.
I vanquished... Well, I don't want to spoilers. I vanquished a foe in Baldur's Gate 3. Oh, no, the other foe!
Marguerite vanquished a real-life foe.
So, for the last 2 weeks or so... good morning, everybody. We'll do a recap in a little bit. But we're also still caffeinating here, so we're babbling on a little bit. Us, natter on at the top of the stream. Unprecedented. Anyway, for the last... Oh, good to hear, Rebecca. Very much so. For the last couple of weeks, there has been a very noisy manhole cover directly underneath our bedroom window. And it's in a position where it gets walked or driven over constantly. And it made this really loud noise.
Dunk, dunk.
Right?
Yeah.
So, on Friday... No, I think was it Thursday night? Or maybe it was Friday. It was like Friday morning. I'm like, I've had it. I looked up, how do I report a manhole cover issue? And I sent Alistair out to take a photograph, and I reported it. And we get a phone call like 4 hours later going, all right, where is this manhole cover? And I described it, and he's like, yep, I found it. Click. And then we get back from an errand, and it's gone. Haven't heard it since. It's been fixed. Like, it would wake us up in the middle of the night, folks, because people would walk over it in the middle of the night. And I'm so delighted it's gone, but some little quiet part of the back of my brain is like, waiting. Like doesn't trust the quiet, exactly. But same day. Fixed it same day, which was ridiculously efficient. I've never seen public utilities that efficient.
I honestly think
somebody wanted a job out on a Friday so that they could do real quick and then go home.
Yeah,
and honestly, I'll taking it.
Or someone was in the neighborhood waiting for the other man. Yes, exactly.
Yes, exactly. All right, I'm going to take a bite of my bagel, and then we will. Would you give a recap really quick while I take a bite of my bagel?
Previously on Stray Gods, a whole bunch of stuff happened. We're playing Grace, who is I believe, lead singer of a cheerfully average indie punk band, along with her best friend Freddie.
I don't think it's punk, it's band.
Who is very tall, has an amazing hat, and we are in fact completely in love with. They are auditioning one night for new band members when Calliope, the Greek muse, comes in. And she and Grace duet.
And it's lovely.
And then later that night, Calliope falls through Grace's front door, bleeding to death, and gives Grace her eidolon, the thing that makes her an idol, a Greek immortal. Grace is now amongst the gods, all of whom, especially led by cookie-loving Grandma Athena, are like, well, obviously you've killed Calliope, so now we have to kill you. And Apollo, with his very, very sad abs, voiced by Troy Baker from The Last of Us, argues against this and bargains to give us a week to find out what really happened to Calliope before our trial. We are aided in this search by several people, all of whom are various levels of monstrously sexy, including Pan, who is an extremely well-dressed part-time goat, and Persephone, who is an even more well-dressed gang boss / nightclub owner. Mm-hmm. Along the way, we meet various other people, including Asterion, the Minotaur in the Labyrinth, who is completely uwu and voiced by Rahul Kohli.
He's so adorable.
And Orpheus, who shows up in the Underworld, because we go to the Underworld to...
many plots and personal vendettas and things are occurring.
Freddy is briefly dead, because the Furies are summoned when we go to the archives to try and see what Calliope saw, and Freddy sacrifices herself to save us. And in one of those duets that this game is so good at that just rips your heart out and shows it to you, Persephone and Calliope Shade say goodbye, You have the option of doing that with Freddy,
There
or
you
you
go.
have the option of turning her into the next Muse. We did that. So Freddy's alive again,
And we don't appear to be the Muse.
and we don't appear to be the Muse, and we've got some pretty solid ideas as to what happened.
Yeah, let's see if I can do this from like the chronological order which we have now slowly discovered. Athena asks Apollo for a prophecy about how to preserve the Greek gods because they are fading out over time. Apollo is not happy about this, but gives Athena the prophecy that is that as long as the last Muse lives, the gods cannot survive, or something like that. Now, the thing about prophecy in this world is that if you know the prophecy, you're bound by it. If you don't know the prophecy, you're not bound by it. So Athena is like, okay, great, fine. Apollo tells Calliope, and Calliope is like, great, fuck you, thanks, now I'm gonna die, and I know it, and I'm not happy. So she goes to Pan and makes a trade to get a key to the reliquary guarded over by Hecate and where Asterion lives, to try and change, to learn her fate and to change it. She finds a mirror of the fates, because she wants to try and talk to the fates and figure out if she can change the curse. But when she accesses the mirror, the Furies are summoned and stab her. And we think Athena is the only person who has the ability to send the Furies after someone.
The Furies, by the way, look like an amazing murderous new romantic 1980s band. Black
and white, silent, almost agendered. It's glorious.
Pan, he of the buttery voice.
Yes. So Calliope flees the reliquary bleeding to death. She's observed by Medusa and Asterion both, but neither interfere. Then she goes and finds Grace and dies and passes on her Eidolon. So that seems to be what's happened so far.
And there's a lot of ambiguity as to whether or not, given Freddy was dead when she received the Eidolon, the prophecy has now been fulfilled.
Because Freddy was dead while the Muse lives. Freddy was dead and a Muse. She was a ghost and now she's alive. So, well, if we're going on that whole, the way around, if Gargoyles taught me anything, it's that with Jonathan Frakes as the bad guy, you can use technology to exploit the technicalities of curses. He literally designs a jetpack to put fuel in the air so that they can make the skies burn to get out of one curse.
I love Xanatos so fucking much.
Xanatos. Yes, exactly. I couldn't remember his name.
Jonathan Frakes as Suave Bastard is just so good.
How exactly did Grace give her Eidolon to Freddy?
She literally reached into her chest.
She just chose to do so, apparently. I guess that's a thing that muses can do in the underworld. I really feel bad for Anthony Rapp. He got one song and we're like, dude, piss off, I'm busy.
Go play with
Anthony
some mushrooms,
Rapp played Orpheus, and I really would have liked to have paid more attention to that song, but I was very devoted to how on earth we get Freddy back. And by the way, Charon is a total adorable uwu who just wants to play games with you.
And it's like so 30 cute. Stories tall.
Mm-hmm. So that's where we are. We are now at the point where we're going to read all of the journal entries and talk to Freddy and figure out what on earth has happened. So here we are, day 7. This is my last chance to speak to anyone.
There's a whole lot of confronting going on there, isn't there?
Well, we're confronting everybody. Persephone, Pan, Freddy, Apollo. I think I might want to save Freddy for last. I'm going to give Freddy some time. But first, let's start with our journal entries. Oh, I hate how slowly these things scroll. I can't believe it. I did it. I went into the underworld, and even though Persephone believed there was no way to get Freddy back, there really was. All it took was a big enough sacrifice, and that meant me giving up my Eidolon. So Freddy's the muse now, and me, I'm just immortal again? I don't know how I feel about that just yet, but the important thing is that Freddy is alive. I saved her, and I've never felt better about anything ever. Wait, did I do something wrong? Is Freddy mad at me? Oh god, I better go and talk to her. I bet Freddy's actually quite pissed at you. You've just completely invalidated her sacrifice, for one thing.
The character arc I'm anticipating for Freddy is, I'm pissed, I'm so relieved, I'm so happy. Oh my god, this is the coolest fucking thing in the world.
Mm-hmm. Right. Let's see if there's anything new about Calliope. Dear game developers, thank you very much for the slow scroll, but this is hard.
By the way, this Stray Gods picked up a bunch of Australian Video Game Awards this week. There we are.
As for what we learned in the underworld, holy crap, Calliope was there. I guess her soul and the Eidolon are separate things, which even Persephone didn't know. The important thing is that Calliope was there and I got to talk to her. She told us everything. It was Athena. Thank you. She received a prophecy from Apollo to save the idols, and that's why she summoned the Furies. She can do that to tell Calliope to try and keep it from happening. The idols cannot continue so long as the last muse lives. I became the last muse after Calliope's death, and now Athena wants me dead to keep the idols safe. This is huge. Yes, I am not enjoying the slow scroll either. I don't know if there's anything new about Hermes, other than they helped us. That was a very sweet scene.
It really was.
Apollo brought us to Hermes. Hermes owes him a favor, something about stealing 50 cows. Oh, thank you. To ask if they'd bring Persephone and I to Hades, and they agreed, even knowing it was against the rules and it might get them in trouble. Hermes is the best.
Hermes is the best.
Yes, I'm not enjoying the slow scroll, unfortunately. He knew. Apollo knew who the murderer was all along. Athena came to him for a prophecy on how to save the idols, and he gave it to her, but it doesn't make any sense. If Apollo knew about the prophecy, why did he stop Athena from just killing me at the start? Why did he help me at all? Calliope said he's lying to protect me, to prevent me from sharing her fate. But I know the prophecy now, so whatever it is, I'm locked into it. All of Apollo's lies were for nothing. I think we're due a very serious conversation when I get back. I laid into Apollo the moment I got back to the apartment, and he denied nothing. All of it was to protect me from the prophecy, so that I wouldn't be locked into it, and he'd only agreed to help me because he thought he could do so indirectly. He apologized a lot and then fled, tail between his legs. If I want to have a real discussion about this, it'll have to be at his beach house. Valid.
Yeah, but Oracle might be there.
Yes!
Take a casserole.
Actually, I'm going to make a casserole for dinner today. I'm going to make a zucchini casserole, I think.
All right.
Murder cookie grandma.
Well, we have our murderer.
And as far as we know, Athena doesn't know about Freddy being an idol, which is important, right? Why are the ad breaks running again already? Oh, I've got to fix what's happened with our ad breaks. I'm not sure what's gone on, but folks, apparently
That's 10 minutes.
It's been just a few minutes. I'm not really sure why this is happening, but why don't I take a quick second? We'll go ahead and run the ad. Get yourself a beverage while you're at it, and we'll be right back. And then I'm going to fix the ad breaks and figure out what's going on here. Yeah, something's up with them. I will take a look at them. Would you send me an email, please, to remind me?
Yeah.
I have a feeling what happened is that when we started the stream, there weren't very many people. There was only one or two people in it. So maybe the top of stream ad break didn't capture enough people to count or something? I don't know.
That's never happened before.
It is 20 minutes since the stream started. Good point, Herman. I mean, we were nattering on for a while.
It's not every 20 minutes on Wednesdays.
I know. I have to fix it. I think I have the option to kind of scatter around when they're auto set to run, and I think it's been changed up. So I can, if you will shoot me an email to remind me when I do all the things this afternoon, that would be fine. All the things I do this afternoon cannot, unfortunately, be just 6 more hours of Baldur's Gate 3.
It can be 3.
Okay. While we're on an ad break, Mike is streaming on YouTube this afternoon at 2. Okay, cool. Nice to go. I don't blame him for deciding Twitch is probably not worth it. But I like Twitch. I prefer emotes.
I have been taught to not be platform agnostic by the last 2 years of the world's richest, stupidest, most self-righteous Nazi driving a functional social media platform into the ground. But yeah.
Twitch locked him out of his account. Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that.
Someone has just figured out the thing that you have with summoned water. So you always take a shower, so you're always not covered in gore and blood.
I do, yeah.
Yeah. Someone else is like, if you stand under a waterfall, you get clean.
Yeah. Or if you go swimming, you can get your feet wet and get the blood off your face. It's adorable. I love it.
That's kind of cute.
I'm constantly looking for ways to not be covered in gore in my cutscenes in Baldur's Gate 3, to the point where I carry a druid who can summon water and give me a shower.
Well, thank you.
Will's the warlock.
Who's the druid?
Halsin.
Oh.
And Jacinda. Not Jacinda. Shahira. Sorry. Capitalism sucks. So many ads for Loki. Yes. I'm sorry, everybody. All right, we're back from capitalism.
We don't want to talk about just how little I give a shit about Loki Season 2 right now.
Right. Well, we have our murderer. It was Athena all along. We got it straight from Calliope herself. Athena went to Apollo for a prophecy on how to save the idols. The idols cannot continue so long as the last muse lives. Calliope was the last of the muses, and then it was me, so we had to go. She's had it in for me from the very start. She never intended to let me live no matter what I did. Thing is, I don't exactly have proof of this. Somehow I doubt Athena would back down even if I do. Oh, and apparently she can also summon the Furies, the embodiment of retribution that my powers don't work on. Ugh, this is going to be trouble, isn't it? Yeah, it's like I thought. Persephone agreed that Athena isn't likely to stop now. The trial will go forward, and if Athena thinks killing both Freddy and I will save the idols, she'll do it. Meaning we'll have to find a way to stop her if we can. How exciting. Good thing we never took a cookie,
Goddamn right.
Now, the journal entry for Persephone is going to be chunky.
Yes, Queen.
Uh-huh.
That was possibly the most badass thing you've done in this game, by the way. Who gets the Throne of Hell? No one.
Yeah. Sounds like he got exactly what he deserved. Except it was a lie. All of it. Maybe it's why Persephone originally agreed to help me, and it's been her plan all along. Or maybe she just couldn't resist the opportunity. That's Mammon. The entire trip to the Underworld was Persephone trying to get what she wanted and nothing more. Exactly what Apollo accused her of. I'm pretty convinced it's the reverse if you do it the other way around.
Persephone and Apollo have such strong, as bad as each other, deserve each other vibes. Right.
I couldn't let her get away with it, so I kind of destroyed the throne. Don't know how I did that, but poof, it's gone. Nobody rules Hades now. Not that there's much left to rule. Anyway, Persephone was livid because it's hers, and that's all she cares about. But let's face it, she had it coming, and she needs to move on. That last part was me. On a separate note, I learned that Persephone and Calliope were in love. They weren't friends, they were a couple. I guess they broke up a couple of years ago, but the way Persephone acted from the start makes so much more sense now. Well, I tried talking to Persephone once we got back to the apartment, but she wasn't having it. If I want to settle this, I'll have to hunt her down, for whatever good that'll do. I don't know if there's a new entry on Pan. I'm sorry, Buttery Man voiced Pan. There we go.
On our fabulous lad.
About the key. Turns out Pan wasn't lying? Is he innocent? No. Was he the killer? No. He sold out Calliope and told Medusa where she was going. Medusa probably told Athena, and so Athena summoned the Furies to kill Calliope, but Pan probably had no idea that would happen. I guess it's good to know the whole truth, finally. I have a feeling that, yes, Athena's cookie may be like Sybil's tea. I can't think of anything new for Eros. Hecate, we did run into her. I really hope Hecate doesn't regret letting me into the reliquary considering what happened later. She was so mad when I left. Idols calm down eventually, right? Oh. I doubt there's anything new on Medusa. We haven't talked to her since. Nothing new for Venus. Orpheus. You know that story about Orpheus and Eurydice? How Orpheus goes into the underworld to get his love back, and Hades says, okay, but only if you never look back the entire way to the surface. And right before the exit, Orpheus loses his nerve and looks back, and thus Eurydice is forced to remain dead forever. Cruel, classic, also apparently true. Or the heart of it seems to be, anyhow. Orpheus was so bitter about the whole thing he's waited on that empty throne all these thousands of years, waiting for Persephone to return, just to keep her from it. I don't know why he blames her and not her former and now dead husband, but I guess I'll find out. A little detail Persephone failed to share before our arrival. Yeah, he does look cool. I'd wear that armor in Baldur's Gate 3. It seems that as the greatest bard of ancient Greece, Orpheus had powers similar to mine, so when we showed up in the Underworld's throne room, he and I duked it out musically, until I finally convinced him that this whole vendetta of his wasn't worth it, and it was time to move on. Last I saw of him, he and the few shades left in Hades who supported him had wandered off into the shadows together. I hope they find the rest.
Also, Todd the Shade. Was it Todd?
Todd, on the bass.
Just shredding on the bass.
I'm going to take a quick break because I did not get up during the actual break. I think they did slightly reference Orpheus being related to Calliope, yes. Ooh, excuse me. After all, greatest bard in Greece. Unlike Jaskier, the greatest bard in all of... Ooh, I don't know what they call the world in The Witcher.
Isn't it the continent?
Well, the continent is a landmass. I don't know what the world itself is called. In the spheres is the group of worlds? I don't know. I'd have to look it up. Alright, now we have to go confront everybody about, you lied to me! No! I was trying to protect you! Well, yes, that's nice and good, but I'm still gonna die! Not so great, that part. Alright, I am encaffeinated. I have a little bit of bagel and a little bit of juice left. Now we can actually play the game! Yahoo! Jaskier. Yeah, I mean, in the games they call him Dandelion for some reason, but yeah. There we go. Alright, who should we start with? Let's start with Pan.
I think let's do this in order of belligerence.
Jaskier means Buttercup, yeah.
So I'm thinking Pan, Persephone, Maybe Pan, Freddy, Persephone,
No,
Dickface.
I'm gonna do Freddy last.
Okay, so Pan, Persephone, Dickface, Freddy.
Sad abs?
Sad abs.
We're gonna start with Pan. It's pronounced pretty Floribonnet. It's pronounced ripped for a bard.
Pan? Are you here? Pan! All right then. Guess I'll just head off.
I thought you didn't want to see me anymore. You're not here to yell at me, are you?
I do like, maybe a bit, yeah.
I think I should apologize, because I got kind of mad at him.
Yeah, I think that works.
No, I, wanted to apologize.
Apologize? To me? Well...
For thinking you might be behind Calliope's murder. Turns out that's not the case.
Oh, then you've learned something, haven't you? Something not exactly pleasant. I see. Isn't that always the way? Tell you what, Grace. Let's indulge in one last transaction. Relay what you've learned, and I'll see if I've any advice to offer.
I think that's fair.
I think that is fair.
Tell him everything.
Okay, where do I begin?
Well, of course it was Athena.
Thank you!
Wait, you knew?
How could I?
So what now?
Let the prophecy play out.
Huh?
Let it play out. It doesn't say the last muse will die. Just that she must for the idols to continue. Perhaps the idols shouldn't continue. Seems reasonable enough.
Not to Athena, it doesn't.
I doubt Athena would agree. Or many of the other idols, for that matter.
Yes, well, if history says anything about the idols, it's that we're a bunch of reactionaries who make poor decisions. Frankly, change is long overdue. Continuing on as we have been isn't appealing, and I doubt I'm the only one who thinks so. I'm rather looking forward to the trial now. How exciting.
God, what an amazing voice he has.
So we've got Persephone, we have Freddy, and we have Sad Abs left. Yeah, he's absolutely getting popcorn. I love the. Oh, of course it was Athena. You knew? No.
I didn't know, but it made sense. Sorry, I had to finish my bagel. Yeah, let's go to Sad Abs, boy. Then Scary Fashion Lady.
Sad Abs and Scary Fashion Lady. Sup, bitches? Oh, hey,
I
Arthur.
brought a casserole.
Oh, it's you. Paul comes in, mopier than his usual mopey self, and won't say a word about why. But of course, it's you.
Absolutely go for the green.
Look, I know you care about Apollo. I'm not here to hurt him.
Uh-huh, yeah. And, why should I believe you?
Because I just came to talk. I want to sort this out. If I can.
You should have brought a casserole.
I guess I can go ask him if he wants to talk to you. Don't be surprised if he says no, though.
It's all right, Oracle. I think Grace and I need a moment alone, if you please.
Oh, sure. Don't mind me. It's not like I was in the middle of anything.
She's so tiny.
Did you see her shirt? Her hoodie said Python Pit Pub.
You're angry. You have every right to be.
Yeah, I fucking do.
That's the right response.
It is, isn't it?
Of all the people who've lied to me lately, I least expected it from you.
It made so much sense at the time, but now it's almost a relief to have it out in the open.
I wonder if, like Brendan Lee Mulligan, she finished the whole bag.
Oh yeah, yeah. Holding eye contact as she hoses it down.
I could help people. Help the world. I ignored the warnings.
He does have a little bit of that whole Adam of Eternia vibe going on.
I run before I stopped. I never should have given in to Athena. This one time, I thought that maybe it will be different.
You don't know everything.
You don't know everything, Apollo. Half the problem is that you and every other idol thinks they do.
What do you mean?
Trying to prevent the prophecy is what's making it come true.
So you want to, what, stop trying?
Maybe.
I hope you can forgive me, Grace.
There is something to forgive. I don't think I can is very cruel. I think I'll try is the fairest option.
I think I'll try is the fairest option, because if you try to blow it off, he's not going to believe you.
Yeah, I get it. It's not easy, but I get it.
No problem, Wendy.
I suppose I'll see you at the trial, Grace. I wish you all the best.
All right, Persephone. You have some splaining to do.
Splaining to do.
And then we'll go read... Well, let's... Hang on real quick. Let's catch up with journal entries for those two. Slow scroll. Slow scroll. Blah, 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 blah. Slow scroll. Yeah, the trial is going to be something pretty intense. Went to the beach house. Apollo and I finally talked it out, and while I kind of get Wally did what he did, I'm not sure I can ever get past all the lying. Good intention, sure, but what about the next time Apollo thinks I need protection from fate? He gets it. Of course he does. I guess we'll just have to wait and see what happens next at the trial. Okay. And then Pan. The commute rides between those places must be, I know, right? I went to Pan and told him everything that happened. To his credit, he listened, and I don't think he'll sell me out to Athena before the trial. Lesson learned, maybe? His advice surprised me. Let the prophecy play out. If the idols don't continue, then they don't continue. That's a pretty surprising attitude from an idol. Say what you want about Pan, he's never what you expect. I adore him. I really do. Alright, let's go talk to Persephone. I know, I don't like the slow scroll either, but nothing we can do about it. It's a great painting.
Did you forget something, Grace?
It felt like we hadn't quite finished our conversation.
It seemed pretty finished to me. What more is there to discuss?
We just read the journal entries, Wendy.
The most disarming one here is, are you okay?
Yeah, I like the "Are you okay?"
How about you? Are you okay?
Oh, I am many miles from okay, Grace.
Don't you want to talk about it?
Calliope would not have approved of the way I acted. But then she seldom did. It was so good to see her in Hades. To have her say she forgives me. I just wish it were as easy to forgive myself.
Valid. We could start over. I forgive you. You need to do more than that.
We could start over.
I like we could start over as well.
You could apologize, you know. We could start over, from square one.
You shatter my throne without so much as a by your leave. And I'm the one who apologizes?
I could go first, if you like. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry too, believe it or not. Is that better?
It's a start.
Yeah.
Do you regret it? Surrendering your Eidolon?
I think that's honest, a little.
Maybe a little, but it was worth it.
I wonder if I could have done as much for anyone. You do realize you may have brought your friend back, only to doom her to a quick death.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
You gave her your new life, and you get to walk away as if nothing ever happened.
Only if we survive. And I would never walk away from a friend.
Oh, yeah. There's a lot of the whole, if I could have done that for Calliope, would I have?
Yeah.
Going on.
There's a lot of internal...
Apparently that part can be a breakup if you romance Persephone.
Oh, it plays like a breakup.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Very much so.
I think you got the best possible option. That, all right, let's start over.
Yeah.
You know?
I'm willing to give it a try if you are. All right. And now we got to talk to Freddy. This should hopefully... If it's not now, then we're not getting the romance. It's just that simple.
OMG.
Freddy? You okay, buddy?
Freddy, can we talk? Freddy, please. Whatever I did, I need to make it right. Talk to me. Hey. Freddy, are you okay?
No. No, I'm really not. Why did you do it, Grace? You brought me back. You made me the muse.
Yeah.
Man, what's giving up immortality for your best friend in the entire universe?
No, I'm serious.
And I'm not. Freddy, I'd do anything for you. Just like you'd do anything for me.
Grace, I told you that I was at peace with my decision. I've watched the struggles you've had as the Muse, and now you've thrown them all on me. You didn't even ask.
Yep.
You don't wish you were still dead, do you? Did I screw up?
I don't know.
Oof. Yeah.
Tell me what's wrong, or I'm
No,
sorry.
no. You need to apologize. You messed up. You need to say you're sorry.
I should have asked you first. I'm really sorry. It just kind of happened.
It's not that. It's not just that. I came back from the dead. And I was actually dead. And I'm not the same now. I've changed. And it's not just being the Muse. I'm different, and so are you, and nothing between us can ever be the same again.
Of course it'll be the same. Why wouldn't it?
Grace, I sacrificed myself because I love you.
Boom.
Hey.
I'm in love with you. And I have been for a really long time.
Do it.
Do
it.
Yay!
Well, that's ironic.
What is?
I, feel the same way. I always have.
Oh, lovely subtitle.
What was it?
Stare at each other in astonishment for a moment.
I joined your band. After college, we started drifting apart.
Why do you think I started the band? All this time. And neither of us said anything.
Thinking
We know
that?
now.
Yeah.
Isn't that a good thing?
The trial's tomorrow, Grace. Athena doesn't know about me. Once she does, I'm the last Muse. She's gonna want me dead, isn't she?
We can still get through this, Fred.
Yeah, but even if we do, I'll keep changing. And when I start becoming Calliope, will I still love you?
I don't know.
Now every word's been said. I can't think of any more to fix what's broken. So many books I've read, and still not a word of anything.
Okay, her walking past the giant pride flag on the wall makes me very happy.
Right.
Only if we could have been brave on time, knowing how we should have been loving all this time. I'm trying to understand. We're both alive. We both should try. What you don't get is death. I died. You and I are not the same people who we once knew. this time. Only if we could just escape demise. I'll always love you, Grace. But is it too late? Too late?
Okay.
Well, hang on. I'm going to read the journal entries. All right, we'll start with Persephone. Slow scroll. Slow scroll. Yeah, it doesn't go any faster. Slow scroll. La 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 la. Well, I went to the underworld, the nightclub one, and hashed things out with Persephone as much as they could be. She'll never apologize for what went down, of course. That's just not in her nature. Even though, so I think she feels badly about it in her own way and is trying to change. We'll see how far that goes. Okay, and now let me read Freddy's journal. Slow scroll.
Such a great hat.
It's a great hat. I admire people who can casually wear blazers. It's just not been my experience.
Freddy's whole aesthetic is really strong.
Yes. Well, it's a good thing I did talk to Freddy. In fact, it turns out this conversation was very long overdue. For one, she's been in love with me this entire time, which is extra ironic, because I've been in love with her. We just never told each other until now. That's straight up Greek fucking tragedy right there.
Oh, yeah.
Freddie had accepted her decision to sacrifice herself for me, and I kind of overrode that to bring her back. Now she has to watch me face death, and as the last muse, surely Athena will turn on her as well. It's a lot to just drop on someone, and this will change how, and will this change how we feel? It's so weird thinking I could have told Fred about this a long time ago. If I had... No, I can't think about that now. We need to face the trial tomorrow first. We'll get through it somehow, together. Okay. Why don't we take a little break right here, a touch early, and also my coffee is empty, and that will give Wendy a moment to
deal with the pest
escort
control.
the
escort her
evictee.
Unwanted tenant.
Exactly.
Bet he didn't even bring croissant.
So why don't we take a little stretch break here, everybody? Get yourself a beverage, and then let's see what happens. Okay, you want a cup of coffee?
Yes.
Oof. We may need another pot. That's your cue.
Oh, don't worry. I'll make some more coffee.
Thank you very much.
You're very welcome.
Oh, yes, please, more coffee. I think I sat down playing video games too long yesterday.
There ain't no such thing.
The back of my thigh is a little cramped.
Yeah, but you beat the hag.
I did indeed.
You literally shook her by the scruff of the neck, yelling, drop it, until she spat the child she was eating out.
Spoilers, honey. But yes. I defeated a difficult foe in a very puzzle-oriented combat in Baldur's Gate 3 yesterday, and it only took 4 freaking hours, I think. Ugh. But that's fine, because I'm like warming up for what I'm sure will be bigger, more puzzly combat kind of situations going forward.
Whereas I both investigated and did a little crime in Starfield.
Hooray. As a treat?
As a treat.
You did a little crime as a treat?
It's only a little crime, and it was mostly altruistic, so...
Here, let's kill this off.
In fact, I meant to tell you, there is one mission I cannot complete.
Oh, wow, that's almost a full cup.
Because the planet I'm on has prohibition, and...
Oh, and somebody wants alcohol?
Oh, it's worse than that. I helped someone out who was basically snatched by the cops for doing something he shouldn't have done. And I paid off his boss
Mm-hmm.
And his boss then went, great, you work for me now. I need you to go over here and persuade this guy that he's either going to retire or retire him.
Oh, I see.
And it's a crime boss I had beef with as a cop anyway. So I go over there, I have the big gunfight, I get to the dude, and he's still cowering. He's just like cowering in his office, like the combat's still going on.
Mm-hmm.
And then I go outside, and there's this tiny little NPC I've talked to a couple of times who is the door guard, who didn't notice me going in, and isn't in combat mode, and is just like, hey. And I'm like, I can't do this. This is like kicking a puppy.
Aww.
I can't do it.
Coffee, 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 coffee. Observation about world building here. It's unclear whether idols are immortal unless killed or give up on living like Aphrodite or not, considering Persephone implied her latest incarnation is about 100 years old. Right? Marguerite, are you romancing anyone in Baldur's Gate? Why, yes. Yes, I am. And he's 7 foot tall, and he's an elf druid. And then I am playing a dwarf paladin. So the height difference is hilarious. And kicking an NPC. Don't kick an NPC puppy. Can't do it. There's an NPC I need to go talk to in Baldur's Gate 3 who's highly annoying, and I'm trying to like build up enough patience to have a conversation with him in the hopes that maybe it benefits something. Halsin. Abso-freaking-lutely I am romancing Halsin. 100%. Good old dwarf elf romance. Legolas and Gimli not approvingly. Yes. And Lovelish, to answer your next question, just Halsin. Which is also a choice. But I'm like that. Coffee, 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 coffee. See, so Baldur's Gate 3 is the first, like, big epic point and click kind of adventure I've played on the PC. I usually play these kinds of games on the console. And I'm not terribly skilled or versed in, like, their mechanics and their timings and things like that. So I didn't long rest for most of Act 1, and I missed a great deal of character development and relationship building as a result. And so I'm just kind of like going through this playthrough. I'm going to finish it, and then I will probably immediately start another playthrough.
Yes, that's right. Marguerite worked too hard in a video game.
Yes, Marguerite did not get enough rest in a video game. Who is surprised? No one, least of all Alistair. And I know that there's lots of things that, like, I missed because I didn't know about taking my time and being thorough and investigating things, and I've learned a lot, is what I'm saying. So I have plans for additional playthroughs. Some of the playthroughs that I know about that are options are very intriguing to me from like a character development and plot perspective, but they involve being mean, and therefore I don't think I can ever physically do them.
Tell them about Blackwall, honey.
Oh, God. Yes. Oh, what a great painting! That's really cool. I wonder where that blue-green light is coming from on her. Interesting. I've been 100%ing all the mines in Psychonauts 2, partially for my own sake, partially at the behest of my partner. Nice. I can never be mean in video games. Yes, we will not be discussing the Blackwall to Halsin pipeline. It exists. It is real. My fan artist follows it. Except my favorite fan artist follows it. But yeah, there's an option where you can be mean to Blackwall when he's in prison, and I literally apologize to the game. I'm like, I'm sorry. I'll reload. I'm sorry.
Oh no.
I just can't do it. What?
March 5th to 24th, 2024. Rosencrantz and Guildenstern are dead. Starring Dominic Monaghan and Billy Boyd.
Oh God. We might need tickets for that.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Where?
Princess of Wales Theatre. I'm looking it up now.
Wendy, I need tickets. Wendy, let's go together. Let's make this happen. Okay, make a note. Send me an email. Send me a link. We need to acquire tickets. Wendy says she's in. Let's do it. Frankie was verbally mean to Addison in Tears of the Kingdom once, and she's helped him every time and apologized and called him nice things as he can be heard.
Yep.
Right? They're people. They're actual people. You have to be nice to them. But yeah, I'm very tempted by the concept of the Dark Urge playthrough. I don't really... I know none of the origin or the backstory, and that's fine. But the idea of having it but fighting it the whole time sounds super intriguing to me. I once... so when I lived in California, I had season tickets to the local Shakespeare Festival. And one year they did both Rosencrantz and Guildenstern Are Dead and Hamlet with the same actors in the same roles in both plays. So Rosencrantz and Guildenstern were the main characters in one play, but then the background characters in another play, and vice versa with Hamlet. It was really, really, really fun. All right. Yes, you have to apologize to the real people. I mean, I have to talk. I've never played Baldur's Gate 3 without talk to animals. That's not happening. It's just so wonderful.
Hiss.
Yes, you have to talk to a canon player character option, but you're not supposed to play it at your first three.
Yeah, basically.
It's not considered. I don't think it's considered the canon playthrough. I think it's another option because, of course, you can also play the game through with any one of the 6 original companions, which is like, oh no, should I wife Karlach or should I be Karlach? I am conflicted. Right, okay. Are we ready to go to the auditorium?
The play is in London. Oh, not London, Toronto. So...
Oh, fuck.
Maybe not, eh?
Damn! Unless, when do you feel... No, in end of March?
Yeah.
No.
No.
Boo.
It's fine, dude. It's fine.
Boo.
May show up in London at some point.
Yes, we'll keep an eye out. Wife Karlach or be Karlach is a big dilemma. I know, right? Talk to animals is the greatest thing ever because I talk to every single animal everywhere. All the time. Like, yes, there are 100 people here. There's a cat! I must first talk to the cat.
How's he been?
Apparently, it is the reason why I will hate Gortash until all time. I mean, there are thousands of reasons, but one of them is that he outlawed dogs in the city.
Burn him.
And I'm like, how very dare you, sir!
Burn Jason Isaacs. Burn him.
There are many people who wish to do exactly that, I'm sure. Because I'm like, I saw Tim talk to the cat and it was so anxious. Yes! If Tim was talking to the cat I was thinking he was talking to, was he talking to Grudge? Yes, Grudge has reasons to be anxious. And I'm going to remedy those reasons as soon as possible. But it's a kind of an endgamey thingy, so I have to wait. It's touring. It's on Prince Edward Island in February. Well, I'm not going to Prince Edward Island either, Wendy. I'm sorry. Orange and sad, and I needed to pet my cat more. Yes. That's Grudge, isn't it? I think. Not to go into any spoilery reasons, but that cat has a reason to be anxious. Moving on. Ready?
Let's do it.
To the auditorium. Why am I going to the auditorium?
Because it's the trial.
I don't think this is the trial. I think this is me having a moment by myself of recap, personally.
Let's find out.
Let's find out what I'm doing here. Yeah, I think this is my moment of... Okay, this is a deep cut reference. I think I'm having a Gethsemane moment here.
So this is it. You're back where you started, with nothing to show for it. Tomorrow we head to the trial. And who knows what'll happen.
Yep, this is the big reprise.
Like a boat
Yep.
lost at sea.
I still sing better than Freddy, even if I'm not amused anymore.
Sails.
Freddy's got a higher angle of attack, but you have better melody.
I am drifting cold waters. No star to be seen. All my life I have been carried through. At the mercy of tides, I lay unproved. But now I stand oar in hand, hoping my choices won't sink me. What can I do? If I'm a boat lost at sea, can I build sails, find a breeze, own my own destiny?
I like that because it gives you the hint of, look, you're not done here. You can.
Okay, here we go.
Don't eat the fucking cookies.
Hello?
The bird's gone.
Oh, Grace, there you are. Everyone is already waiting for you on Olympus.
Isn't this Olympus?
I thought this was Olympus.
Not this office building. My word, no.
Look at Hermes. Yeah, Hermes does not seem happy. So we're going to do a bunch
Welcome
of...
to Old Olympus, dear.
Okay, this is not in the tours. I'm just gonna say.
Is this a real place?
It's the memory of a real place, which for us is the same thing. Let's begin, shall we?
I like how all the characters are drawn like, I'm here to support you or I'm mad at you. Like, they're very neutral, open to interpretation expressions.
Brothers, sisters, everyone,
Good.
look around you. We few who remain fled to this new land to escape the war, but we are not out of danger. I waited to tell you until I was certain, and now I am. The idols are dying.
Yeah, we all
It
knew
will
this.
not be long before even our immortality deserts us. The time for extreme measures has arrived.
Oh. Are you sure the idols are dying? Why bring that up now? I kind of like why bring that up now.
Me
Like,
too.
objection relevant?
I have to ask, why are you bringing this up at my trial? What's the connection?
Execution is an extreme measure, Grace. Yet, it is sometimes necessary.
For someone who claims to be about saving lives, you seem to find it necessary an awful lot.
Each of you is here because I brought you here. I protected you. I carved out this space in a strange land so we could survive.
Yeah, when you don't answer the question,
I'm at this
that's
trial
telling.
to tell you that, as always, I will look out for you. I will save you.
Who wants to be?
Trust in me, Pallas Athena, daughter of Zeus and leader of the chorus, and I will do anything it takes to keep you all alive.
Anything, huh?
And who might you be, my dear?
Oh. I kind of think you owe it to her to let her speak.
Yep. Athena definitely has a savior complex, and I think I should let Freddy speak. Don't play our please don't play our trump card. Please,
Freddy
please
will
save that.
instantly play your trump card.
Go on, tell her.
Okay. Hi, everyone. Hi. For those of you who haven't met me, I'm Freddy. Just came back from the dead. And I'm the new muse.
That's impossible. Do you think us fools? Grace is standing right here, alive and well.
Yeah, you see, Grace gave up her Eidolon to bring me back from Hades. Seems that's a thing you can do. Don't suppose that changes your plans for the trial at all, does it?
The Eidolon was not Grace's to pass on, so I'm afraid you'll have to share her fate, Freddy.
There are so many poisonous grandmothers in Felicia Day's future as an actor. She's so good at this. Did you see Hermes? You see how everyone else is like, and Hermes is like, yes! Honey, kindness her to death. You know you're going to.
It must be difficult. Feeling as if everything is on your shoulders, and yours alone. One moment of weakness and it all falls apart. You've been doing this for so long, you don't even know how to stop, do you?
Oh, dear child, why on earth would I stop?
Because what you've done is wrong. If it wasn't, then why not come clean? Go on. Tell them about Apollo's prophecy. The idols cannot continue so long as the last muse lives. Isn't that how it goes?
It's true.
Oh, you backed me up. Good. Okay. We know the truth.
We spoke to Calliope in Hades. She told us how you sent the Furies after her.
You couldn't have.
Yes, she could. Just like she gave up her Eidolon to me.
Maybe you even knew that once, but you've forgotten it. Just like all the idols have. You don't know everything, Athena.
No, I do not accept this. You are lying.
You're the one who's been lying. Or would you like to explain to the idols how you murdered Calliope based on a vague prophecy? Tell them.
Oh.
Here it goes!
Oh.
Yes, it's me. It's me. Of course, it's me. The one who gets it done.
Isn't it though?
Don't you see? It had to be. You all turn away when I got the fish. Then you cry hooray once it's on the dish. That's how we do this. Yes, we. Yes, you.
They've given her "Don't Cry for Me, Argentina." Oh.
Always cared for you. I'll always do all these things for you. All these things that you are not prepared to do. You, it's not just you. Time to put you in check. There are other idols too. You irritating speck. Aren't you aware? It's time. These people came. Time to wring your neck. If only you knew that you can't force the future. Only if only you knew.
Good job, Freddy!
Only if only I lived in a quaint little pond like you. Only if I could just lie there and any time I move, I'd tremble a reed or two. Yes, there's a lot at stake, but remember, when the idols came to this new world, it was the right call for you to make.
Sorry, honey.
It's all good.
The right chance to take. None of you see,
Woo!
Hi there.
so it's down
Great,
to
please
me.
look by the mailbox. Thank you.
It's fine. I'll take all the blame. I'll take all the pain.
Yeah, she's got a serious martyr complex going on right now.
You just sit around. You wanna make the call. You need to hold the map. You cloistered children. It's time for you and all who stand with you. Yes, you too. Form a queue. Time to follow through. I won't have you dying for me. It's not how this should work. I need you to see you're lost in a moment.
Lovely.
Lost in a
What?
song.
That's a callback to Aphrodite's song.
This whole sacrifice deal. You can live without needing to kill.
Oh my god, the strings on this.
Aww.
I'm okay dying again if it's with you. You're the only place to
I'm not picking anybody to die.
Grace, I love you. Oh, not in that way. I just meant to say you're great, Grace, and I'm with you. With you, I'm just you know what I mean.
He's so sweet.
Really? Pan, you?
The way I see it, if you have to take Grace, then you definitely have to take me.
Everybody aligns with us!
Of course, it's me. Because of me, this prophecy would come to be. My Olympus is gone.
Oh my god.
That was Asterian's school play background.
And now she has Grace's lost refrain.
Ooh.
Ooh.
My Olympus is gone. Now I'm some other one. Just how long has she been in play?
Oh, I'm so ridiculously empathetic.
You set off hoping you could get to somewhere right, but it's been too many years since the mainland was inside.
Yeah, she needs to pass on, for sure.
There was a voice in me that shouted, Athena, you be strong.
Was that voice Zeus?
Strong. No cost is great enough. It was wrong. I was wrong. I was wrong, and now I don't know what the right thing is. I'll leave it up to you
Yeah.
what to do with it.
You need to step down, honey.
All these years you ruled this place. I think it's time you made some space. Enough of you. It's overdue. Step away. Let it go.
That's Apollo's song.
Yes, it is.
Steer this boat and sail it to something new.
Are you finished? You've been talking forever.
We're done, yes.
And? So you're in charge now, I'm guessing.
Dude.
I
Excellent.
am, though I'll admit, the victory seems rather hollow.
Oh, shut up and take what you
The
can
idols
get.
could still be dying. If that's so, then I'll simply be presiding over our final days.
You're good at transitions, Persephone. You'd be great at it. I'm so tempted to ask that, but I'm not going to. I'm going to behave.
I kind of love that you have the option on what I'm now calling the Billy Idol run to, in the middle of a deep, profound moment of self-knowledge, just punch her in the fucking face.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know if Athena's dead. Don't destroy another throne on her. I think you still need a chorus. I think it's important to still have a chorus.
Do it.
Okay. Do you really want me to ask that? No.
You think you can fix it?
Is there some way to fix it? Athena obviously didn't know everything, no matter how wise she was.
I don't know. Where would we even begin?
The fact that Zeus
Such
isn't
an
dead?
effort could prove futile. we might have to accept the possibility that the idols can't be saved.
Perhaps what the idols need most is change. I don't know if I have any say in this, but have you considered rejoining the real world? Stop hiding in the shadows, get rid of the chorus and all its rules, and just help each other instead.
I think you back your girl up on this.
Of course I'm backing up Freddy.
I'm with Freddy. How much has hiding really helped you?
We did flee a war, Grace. Hiding seemed the only thing to do after the last time mortals discovered us.
Maybe I was the only one listening to Grace's song. Surviving is what's been killing you. We need to do something new.
She's right.
By golly, are we truly considering something so radical? Have we collectively lost our minds?
He already has 35 schemes on how to do
Is that
it.
a yes?
Oh, there's nothing wrong with a little madness. It is yes. Yes, indeed.
I didn't really want this chair anyhow. I agree. Let's do it.
Okay. What is it we're doing? Okay, there's lots of questions. So questions first. Questions
then,
first.
yeah.
Okay, questions first.
You go in public.
I think they're gonna they're gonna vampire Lestat, right?
Yeah.
Okay, that's my guess. Good grief, I adore Pan's voice. All right, what about Athena?
What about Athena? There's no way she'll be okay with this.
She won't fight it. She said, and I quote, "Whatever your decision, I will abide by it."
The new improved meek Athena?
The fight's just not in her anymore. She was so certain she was doing the right thing.
Well, we'll see how long this new Athena lasts.
Just like that? You're sure about this? I was expecting more argument.
It is rather our calling card, is it not?
Yeah, I was not expecting you to just run with it like that.
We've all been thinking about it for years. It's what Calliope fought for, in fact.
I wish she could have been here to see this day.
In a way, she is.
It's true. No rules at all?
There's no chorus. Does that mean idols just do whatever they want?
As much as anyone can.
And Medusa? She's off the leash, as it were?
Medusa has offered to live in the reliquary. Frankly, I think she's relieved.
As for the rest of us, we'll be subject to mortal authorities and their laws.
Yeah, good luck with that.
Assuming they don't just round us up the moment they realize what we are.
Quite so.
Of course I have some ideas.
Of course you do.
Thoughts as to how you could go about revealing yourselves.
Oh?
You'll need to give any idols who don't agree time to hide, right? That means you can prepare a campaign.
Something online, maybe.
The idols would be stars before you know it. If you're famous enough, there's only so much that can be done to you.
Right?
That sounds like a good idea. We'll need your help with that, Grace.
I didn't say I was going anywhere, right?
Well, we have a lot of anxious idols to inform, shall we?
If it's okay, could we catch up with you? I'd just like to talk to Grace for a minute.
We'll be outside. Make it quick.
Oh, screw you! How long did you leave me hanging? I love that Pan was going to be part of the new chorus, so that makes me happy. Don't eat the fucking cookies.
So, well, that was pretty wild, huh? You did it. You got through your trial unscathed.
We did it. We got through the trial together, side by side.
I didn't have a choice, Grace.
Sure you did. Athena didn't know you were the Muse. You could have stayed away.
Yeah, exactly.
And let you go through that alone? Not a chance.
I would have been lost without you.
Freddy, what are you
I
doing?
know things were pretty intense before the trial. I still don't know how I feel about us, about everything. And I understand if you wanted to get as far away from me and the idols as you could. Especially now that things are about to get weird.
Oh, so you can break things off? Or you can confirm. Interesting.
With the smoochies.
You need me. The idols need me.
But we'll get by. Probably. What I'm saying is, you don't need to feel obligated.
I like being needed.
Yay!
I was so sure that you were going to leave. I mean, you're free to go now, right?
And miss being high priestess to the goddess of late night lattes? Absolutely not.
I still need some time to figure us out.
Yeah, take all the time you need. We have that now.
Okay then. Ready to go out there and face the music?
Always.
Oh. 2 months later. The Muses Encore. I'm waiting for Freddy to remember that there haven't always been just one muse.
Of course you're all here. Why wouldn't you be?
We were waiting for you.
They just showed up. I didn't think you'd mind too much.
How does it feel to be the idol spokesperson, appearing on every newscast, reputable and otherwise?
My God, get a wardrobe upgrade.
The
Get a
Oracle's
wardrobe
been
upgrade.
keenly following your progress. She records every appearance, every interview. She may be your biggest fan.
The way she talks, you'd think she never doubted who you were.
Well, at least she's been of great help to your online campaign.
A lot's been going on here, too. You want to hear the gauze?
Yes.
Ooh, yes, yes,
All of
yes,
it.
yes. Look at the photos. Look at, there's the owl.
The Hysterian.
I think that's the two bandmates.
Yeah.
Adorable.
That's a great one at Eros, top left.
Yep. Okay. Alright. We'll start with
I heard
Venus.
Eros and Venus left the city together. Was that right?
You heard correctly. Venus wanted to use her fame to do good works as an activist, and Eros is assisting her.
And every single
Be
one of his
realistic.
shoulders.
He's there to catch her when her efforts inevitably implode.
I think you're underestimating Venus. I saw one of her speeches online, and it was incredible.
Aphrodite always did love being adored by the masses.
Well, at any rate, Eros sounded keen. He thinks this is a much better approach than wallowing in Olympus.
Agreed
You
completely.
mean he's glad to have time to pursue a new lover or two?
Or
Go
Yeah.
Eros.
okay.
What about Hecate and Asterion? Are they still
Oh,
together?
he's so sweet.
Hecate leave the reliquary? I'd sooner believe the sun would go out.
No, you should see them together, Grace. They are so cute as a couple. It's kind of sickening.
Asterion is all Hecate is willing to discuss. Do I need to know every detail of his sexual prowess? I do not.
Oh, wait. You and Hecate do girl talk?
We've known each other for centuries, Freddy. She used to live in Hades. If you think it makes for titillating discussions, however, then you would be incorrect.
It'd be like porn written by a computer.
That is not far off. Still, it makes Hecate happy, and a happy Hecate is better for us all.
That's adorable.
Yep.
And Medusa? I take it she's no longer at the reliquary.
She was. For a few months.
There was an incident involving Hecate's new cat.
Oh No, not Sherbert.
Medusa was beside herself with apologies, but needless to say, she moved on rather quickly. We're not certain where.
You're saying Medusa is out there on the loose?
Not quite.
Medusa believed she might not be able to control her appetite, so she asked us to put her in contact with the mortal government. They took her somewhere. It was her decision. The government is grateful. They even suggested we might see Hephaestus again.
Aphrodite's husband? He's alive?
So it appears. Who knows what he's been doing for the mortals since the war, but it would raise all our spirits to see him again.
That feels like a dirty great setup for a sequel, doesn't it?
Doesn't it just? She hanging out with the fish guy in the tank and the big one with shaved off horns making pancakes? If she likes cats, he's got a lot of them.
Right.
He's not gonna miss a few going missing. I know there are runs in which you can let Medusa be taken care of by Apollo or Persephone. Interesting. Interesting. All right.
Has anyone heard about Athena? It's been a while.
The revelation of the idols to the mortal world went far better than she could have dreamed. I think it shook her.
Well, she was wrong about a great many things.
As the goddess of wisdom, that's not an easy realization. So she left. Back to the old world.
Well, isn't she at risk there? All alone?
Well, I asked her to go. There's so many of us who went missing during the war. The idols going public might bring them out of hiding.
Interesting.
Athena wanted to leave, and this gave her a purpose. We'll see if anything comes of it.
It sounds like another game.
It
It
does.
sounds like a setup for another game. Or at least like spin-offs or DLCs.
Yep. Oh, yeah.
Is Hermes still around? I'm surprised they're not here with the rest of you.
Well, we've barely seen them of late.
I see them online all the time. They're a big hit. Their videos are hilarious.
Hermes has been busy. They've become a social media darling.
Yay!
So tells me.
The truly amusing part is that they're not even trying to be famous. They simply can't help it.
Hermes likes to people please, it's true.
And they get a lot of free shoes and concert tickets.
Hopefully it won't backfire on them. Fame is a double-edged sword.
Hermes lives a charmed life. Never fear.
Well, it's odd seeing their face on so many billboards, but I agree. Let Hermes have their fun.
See, now I'm mentally doing the sequel where Hermes teams up with the Siren and the Goat Boy from Coffee Talk 2.
Yes, that would be amazing. Oh,
Lucas.
Lucas and, yeah. Yeah, I want to see Hermes on Lucas and, what's her name, the Fury from Coffee Talk on their, like, YouTube show. That would be amazing. Riona. There we go. Thank you, folks. Okay, Wendy, there could be Pan voice. I doubt it, but I'm just saying so.
What about Pan? I haven't seen him since the trial.
No one's seen him.
Shouldn't be worried. It is Pan, and what he does will reflect on us all.
Oh, just leave him alone.
He's probably off fleecing widows out of their pensions as we speak.
Pan is harmless.
Mostly harmless.
Thank you!
As far as I can tell, he did regret his involvement in Calliope's death. He'll lay low. At least for a time.
He'll be back with some new scheme to make us all groan.
When he says, no one's seen him because he's in my airing cupboard wrapped in cotton wool. It's okay, Wendy. We'll nudge you when you need to let him go.
Now you gotta ask about your sweetie.
I'd like to know what you've been up to, Freddy.
You mean other than incessantly talking about you?
I don't talk about Grace that much. Do I?
I think it's rather commendable how you've taken the remaining idols at Olympus under your wing.
Well, someone has to do it. Just yesterday, I was teaching Athena how to ride a bus. She was so mortified.
All this while preparing for your next big venture. Busy is our new muse.
That's supposed to be a secret.
Wait, what's this?
Well, I figured once you were done with all the promotional tours, you might want to, I don't know, come with me.
See you later,
I mean, I
Fecky.
thought maybe you missed being the muse. A little. So, we could try the band again. Go on tour.
Are you worried we aren't seeing enough of each other? That is why you started the band the first time.
Maybe a bit. But I thought next time could be different. Something we do together. Muse and former muse.
It does sound kind of cool.
Good, because I've been arranging dates at clubs across the country. You two only need to give me the word.
All right, I need to ask about the two of you as well.
What about you, Apollo? Still planning on leaving the city?
Soon, I think. All the attention on the idols is proving rather taxing.
My abs are sad.
Ooh, running away again, brother.
I suppose you could say that. Really, I just came by to see Grace and apologize one last time.
I told you don't need to keep doing that.
Yes, well, I'm glad things worked out as they did. You'll all be fine without me.
I still have a scary power.
You know, one day you will learn, brother. Not today, but someday.
Right? You're literally the patron of the muses. You're the god of music. What are you doing, you idiots? Somebody go get Odysseus. He'll be much better at this than you are, sad boy.
How about you, Persephone? Any big changes?
Club manager.
Not unless you count my many trips to Hades. No, it's business as always.
Trips to Hades?
I am no longer its queen, but I am still the most familiar with its workings. And Hades is changing. Perhaps it's the mere fact that the mortal world is aware of us again. I don't know. Or something else is stirring.
Dun dun dun!
That's not ominous whatsoever.
Is this something we should be concerned about, sister?
Not yet. I'll let you know. As for everything else,
DLC!
The club continues, more popular than ever. The world turns. What more is there to say?
Yeah, exactly. I'm seriously. There was already a reference to Zeus not actually being dead, and we still don't know how it was Athena's actually able to control the Furies. And exactly, Eldritch Zagreus walks out of the pool.
Sup?
Sup? I guess that's all there is to talk about now.
I still can't believe it's all over.
Oh, it's scarcely over, Grace. Now that you've toppled the castle, it's barely just begun.
Oh, I didn't do that.
Come on, Grace, we both did. And it was amazing.
Perhaps we should leave you alone, Grace. You must be tired from your trip.
Ooh.
Perhaps a round of drinks at the underworld, in Calliope's honor.
I'd like that, actually.
If you both don't mind, could Grace and I catch up?
Don't take too long, you two, or we'll start drinking without you.
Yeah, right.
Okay, so I have been doing some thinking, and I have something to say. The way I obsessed over you all those years, it wasn't healthy, was it? And maybe our relationship changing is a good thing. I'm an adult now. We need to do this over and do it right.
Does that mean you forgive me?
Within me there will always be something left behind in shadow,
I'm tethered to you, I'm free. I've known, I've loved you before. We were grown, never alone. Only, if only, we can be brave this time. Finally, Grace, you and me. It wasn't too late, it was fate. I've spent so long yearning, observing, seeking the light of your eyes.
Aww.
Now I return, nothing left in reserve. Your eyes, a sunrise. Only, if only, we can be brave this time. Finally, Grace, you and me. It wasn't too late. It was fate.
I don't know. I wouldn't be singing about fate having just been on the
Yay!
having been on the wrong end of a prophecy, but that's me. Oh, that's very sweet. Oh! Land acknowledgement. Appreciate it.
So, I have some information which is of use. This is the first game from a studio founded by David Gator. Dragon Age. That suddenly puts a lot of this into context, doesn't it?
Okay.
I've got an interview with him where he's outright asked about the sequel.
Troy Baker did the voice direction.
That makes sense.
Interesting. Musical director, Austin Wintory. Excellent.
This is the answer about follow-ups to Grace's story. So, I don't know. I think a lot of that is honestly going to be up to the publisher. I know there's a sense from the team that's like, okay, this is done. People are asking if we're going to do a sequel, and it's hard to think about right now because it was such a long, arduous journey to get this thing done. And I hate to say it because I know players are just meeting them, but we've been listening to these songs for years.
Yeah, right?
We're kind of sick of them. I mean, we love them, but we also hate them. We want a little bit of distance and then maybe think about, like, what would we do that? Would we do something a little bit different? I know every time I talk to Austin about this, we talk about how it would be such a shame to have acquired all this skill and this knowledge about how to make this kind of game and what we would change and not do anything with it.
Yes, exactly.
There's a long list. We had our post-mortem going over what we do differently, and it'd be so long that it would be a waste to not develop this further. But I'm also okay with the idea that if this is a new genre and people are interested, maybe now if they start working, they'll be able to look at our game and say, I like this, I hate this, and they'll do something equally interesting.
Interesting. But that is a very good observation. We have spent years developing this new skill set for this new genre. What are we going to, I hate to use this phrase, but what are we going to leverage that for? What are we going to stand up on that for to do next?
You know what it reminds me of? Until Dawn.
You can do a full-on opera.
100%.
Right?
It feels like when Until Dawn came out, and across the kind of 8 or 9 years that have followed that, the company has really looked at that structure and what you can do with that type of game.
Because this technique was... okay, this is the last time I can hit snooze. Sorry, everybody, we're going to have to wrap up soon. It's a new storytelling kind of technique and display and performance, and there's an awful lot that you can do with it. Like, there's so many different ideas you could do with the skill set now that you have the skill set about how to mechanically put it together and produce it. So I'm absolutely with them. I'm like, I get that they're like, I'm sick of this, but you're sick of this story, not this engine.
Also, that entire Lost conversation is 5 sequel hooks.
Right? Oh yeah, absolutely. It's we would like to know a great deal more, please.
Exactly, Ozzy. Kind
like
of what
Spider-Verse did to animation. Exactly.
This is the other question and answer that's really interesting. I saw you mention on Twitter recently that there were a good amount of story elements that were cut. Can you talk about what any of those were? That wasn't a lot, considering we initially planned for Stray Gods to be maybe 2 or 3 hours, and somehow it ballooned into 5 or 6, or maybe longer for some people. I believe we have done 12. but I had bigger plans. I think the biggest thing that was cut is when you go see Pan for the first time, Grace sort of appears on the rooftop and mentions passing through the building. Originally, there was an entire section of the game where you don't just go to Pan, you go up through Olympus, the building. You arrive and Grace is with Freddy and sees the various gods and gets to meet a few of them, like Hestia and Dionysus, and a few things like that. We had a plan for additional songs to take place in a quest line with Dionysus, so that would have been really cool. But ultimately, when we were looking at the scope, we were like, this is a lot bigger than we had planned. And that was probably the section where we thought, I kind of like the idea of Grace meeting these extra characters, but they are extra.
Yeah.
So this was low-hanging fruit. There will be a sequel inside 3 years. If they have cut content and setups, they will be starting work on something on this relatively.
Why does it say continue?
I don't know. How about you press continue and find out?
Let's see. Quick before the ad break is going to force us. Folks, I'm going to hit continue. Well, because it doesn't let me save. Let me just go to options.
I haven't seen them, Ozzy, but I will look.
I'm very confused. It doesn't say load game. I'm just going to hit continue and see what happens.
Within me there will always be
I think it's just the final song again.
Yeah.
That's sweet.
That's very sweet.
So you can play the final song again.
I'm tethered to you. I'm free. I've known.
Oops. Well, I'll go back to the main menu then. So you can play the final song again.
Do we have final journal entries or not?
It didn't go back to that screen where I could get at the journal.
Cool.
So I'm guessing not. And the stream, we're about out of time, so this is a good place for us to wrap up.
Thank you.
Shoot! We finished 2 games in 1 week!
2 games, 1 week, no waiting.
Now I gotta figure out what we're gonna do next. I have no clue. Sorry, everybody. We might want to start something spooky since it's October now.
Mm-hmm.
I think the game should allow replaying all the songs exactly as you played them. Yeah, that would be cool too. I know, this year has been fantastic for games. It's been amazing. Yeah, we've got Slay the Princess coming up in a couple of weeks. I think 2 more weeks. Yep. Right? And is there another Dark Pictures this year?
No.
There isn't a new one this year.
Because that was the one we didn't bother with because it looked a little bit too, hello, detective.
Yes,
I'm a mentally ill
yes,
serial killer.
Yes, it looked a little bit like criminalizing mental health, and we were like, maybe not.
But the next one is in space.
Yes, but the next one is in space, which of course Alistair will have to play.
But
there's another one with like the kids and the town and everybody's out Chainsaw Massacre.
There are a couple of possibilities. Say No More, as you say, isn't spooky, but it's short and it's fun. Red String Club remains on our list, the list we are methodically working our way down. Yeah. There is you are a small town DJ and must guide people around the serial killer.
Oh yeah, that sounds fantastic as well. We are not lacking something cozy. Well, I think we're going to have a hard time finding something cozy in October. But we could probably find something cozy from a fictional perspective. I don't know. We've got a couple days. we'll figure something out, I'm sure. Spooky cozy. There's that cool little apothecary library game thing.
Thingamajigger.
Stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. But the other one that I really want to play, Reika, where you're like a forest witch in like your house has chicken legs and stuff. I don't think that's out yet.
We will assemble a list of options. And
we will assemble options and we'll talk to you about it on Wednesday, which is what's coming up next this week.
Indeed. On Wednesday, we will be playing something.
We'll be doing something. We just don't know what yet.
And then on Friday, the full lid will have some things in it.
Exactly.
And then next Sunday, we'll be playing something else.
Join us on Wednesday when we figure out what the hell, because we've cleared the decks 2 weeks earlier than Halloween. Oops.
It's a good problem to have.
You should be able to play Baba Yaga and walk your house around, right? That's why I backed the game in pre-release. I'm like, that looks interesting. I want to be able to play that. Plus, it's one of those like brew potions and collect flowers and stuff kind of games. So I'm totally down for
Always
that.
down for that.
Right. Thank you very much for joining us, everybody.
Thank you so much for joining us, folks. This has been a delight. I've been Alistair.
I've been Marguerite.
And this has been fun. We'll see you next time.
Have a great rest of your day, everybody. Take it easy.